Hi everybody, welcome to Petroglyph National Monument in sunny Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm Jeff Olson and I'm going to be your host as we watch the first solar eclipse that's been visible in the United States in the last 18 years. We have some park rangers that are going to talk about astronomy and the eclipse, and a special guest this evening, Dr. Ed Krupp from the Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles. We do want you, if you're out watching the eclipse this evening, to be safe. That's why we're handing out safe viewing glasses here at Petroglyph. In fact, it's time for me to put mine on and for us to watch the eclipse. There it is. It's just starting.
National parks are a great place to view the stars, whether you're viewing a million stars at night or our closest star during the day. We're happy to see so many people enjoying this event here at a national park. We have 150 other national parks across the western United States where visitors are also enjoying this same event. So the people participating in this event today at Petroglyph National Monument are participating in the same kind of event that people 1,000 years ago also participated in. Humans have always looked to the sky, to the sun, the moon, and the stars for answers to how we fit within the larger universe that we're part of.
One of the things that is a very special thing about being in a national park is the connection one feels to nature, to the horizon, to the plants and the sky. And one of the things that a solar eclipse allows us to think about is the connection between Earth and sky, and the connection of the Earth and its alignments with moons and other planets and the sun. And today's a very special day because it's one of the rare days that we will actually get to experience when the moon basically gets in our way of getting light from the sun. So it eclipses the sun.
Obviously delighted to be back in Albuquerque, honored to be here at Petroglyph National Monument for the annular solar, the American National Parks annular solar eclipse of May 20th, 2012. And in particular, to be here at Petroglyph National Monument, which has, as you can see, mobilized heroically and effectively and properly and with all of the appropriate spirit for what is, of course, the National Parks and Monuments annular solar eclipse. The National Park Service owns this eclipse. In North America, the eclipse path starts on the coast in southern Oregon, and by the time it is done in West Texas, as you've already heard from the superintendent, just annularity will have graced 35 national parks and monuments and recreation areas. That is a very good record. And Albuquerque, as far as I'm concerned, I was thinking about this over a year ago, is really the best place for this eclipse, and I have to congratulate you because Petroglyph National Monument is the best place in Albuquerque for this eclipse.
Well, Angie, like we said, this isn't the only place that you can watch the eclipse today, but it's probably one of the best. There are 5 other national parks in the western United States that are right on this eclipse line, so they're getting similar views. The first one is out at Redwoods National Park on the California coast. But there are about 150 or more national parks in the West that are at least going to have a partial view. And our friend John Quinley up in Alaska said that people climbing Mount McKinley this afternoon and this evening are probably going to get a pretty good view of that. And actually people all the way up in northern Montana, in the Dakotas, and all the way up into the arrowhead of Lake Superior, I believe.
But here in Albuquerque, or in Petroglyph National Monument, one of the things that really makes this special is that we have such a beautiful clear sky, dry air, but we're also experiencing something, or being able to participate in an ancient tradition. The folks or the humans that lived here in this area that made the petroglyphs within the monument.
So you're talking about more time than's passed since I was a teenager or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. About how far back?
About 1,000 years ago.
Really?
The ancestral Puebloans lived in this area, and likely they were looking at the sun, the moon, and the stars, and when unique events like this occurred, they likely took notice of those, and so we're able to participate in this same kind of tradition that makes up the cultural fabric of our society.
Right. You know, Dr. Ed Krupp was here a little bit earlier, and he was talking about that these are very predictable. I saw a gentleman from Manitoba who was here visiting. He's got a great t-shirt. He's got the eclipses on the back of the shirt lined out there for about the next 150 years. But I'll bet that the ancients, were they able to predict eclipses and when they would happen?
Absolutely, they were. They look to the sun because of its predictability. The sun goes through the same annual cycle, and they would watch that very carefully and take observation and measurements. That's how they developed their calendar system. It's when they knew when to plant and harvest crops, when to perform ceremonies, very important things that as a society you would need to know when to do. And because these are predictable, if you watch the sun and the moon long enough, you can learn to predict these events.
As my colleagues have said, we've had a wonderful time bringing this to you. We hope that you get out into your nearest national park and just have a great time, whether it's a star party, watching the next eclipse, which is just 5 years away, or just having a relaxing afternoon. These are your national parks. These, as we hear often, it was America's best idea. By the way, the National Park Service is going to celebrate its centennial in 2016. So thanks everybody. Join us again for our next webcast.